A special thank you to each of our subscribers who make this channel possible. Here's today's story. In a significant legal development, a federal judge in Massachusetts has agreed to extend an order that blocks the Trump administration from implementing drastic cuts to funding provided by the National Institutes of Health, NIH. This decision comes after a hearing on Friday, during which the potential adverse effects of the proposed funding reductions were laid bare before the court. Judge Angel Kelly, presiding over the case in the Federal District Court for the District of Massachusetts, had previously issued a temporary hold on the funding cuts that was set to expire on Monday. The urgency of the situation prompted a swift court hearing, where various states and associations representing medical and scientific research institutions pleaded for a more permanent injunction against the proposed cuts. The stakes of this lawsuit were underscored during the hearing, particularly during discussions surrounding the concept of irreparable harm. Judge Kelly pressed both parties to articulate whether the suspension of funding would lead to irreversible damage to the universities and hospitals reliant on these financial resources. The NIH proposal aims to cut approximately $4 billion in grants, specifically targeting indirect costs associated with research funding. These indirect costs include essential expenditures such as facility maintenance and administrative support, which the NIH contends could be better allocated directly to research initiatives. The government's legal representative argued that the proposed funding reduction aligns with practices commonly adopted by private foundations. However, attorneys representing the states and research institutions countered this argument, emphasizing the interconnectedness of direct and indirect costs in the realm of scientific research. One attorney presented a compelling scenario to Judge Kelly, illustrating the critical nature of indirect costs. They described a situation where a researcher is conducting experiments funded by an NIH grant, while another worker is tasked with disposing of hazardous medical waste generated by these experiments. This example highlighted how indirect costs are not merely ancillary expenses but are vital to the overall functioning and safety of research operations. The implications of the proposed funding cuts extend far beyond mere budgetary adjustments. They pose a tangible threat to the ongoing research efforts that contribute to medical advancements in public health. As the court continues to deliberate on this matter, the scientific community remains on edge, awaiting a more definitive ruling that could either uphold or dismantle the funding structure that supports crucial research initiatives. The outcome of this case could set a significant precedent for how federal funding is allocated to research institutions in the future, potentially reshaping the landscape of scientific inquiry and innovation in the United States. As the legal proceedings unfold, stakeholders from various sectors, including academia, healthcare, and public policy, are closely monitoring the situation, recognizing the profound impact that funding decisions can have on the trajectory of scientific research and public health outcomes. The battle over NIH funding is emblematic of broader debates surrounding government support for scientific research, the role of federal agencies in funding allocation, and the balance between direct and indirect costs in research funding. In a time when scientific research is more critical than ever, the stakes are high, and the need for a robust and stable funding environment is paramount. As we await the judge's final decision, one thing is clear: the future of scientific research funding hangs in the balance, and the implications of this case will be felt for years to come. That's all for this story. We upload videos every day covering many different subjects, so hit that subscribe button to stay informed. Thanks for watching.